When the sun sets on childhood and young adults spread their wings, it's a time of leaving the nest and starting journeys of their own. But these exciting beginnings can come with unexpected financial pitfalls. Safe Credit Union is here to share financial wisdom to help young adults soar while avoiding the debt trap. We're joined by Savannah Brown, Safe Credit Union certified financial wellness educator. Welcome, Savannah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so this is a great topic, especially as students are going to college, they're leaving the nest. So how does surging credit card debt impact young adults entering college or even the workforce?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, credit card debt is definitely surging right now. Recent data from Federal Reserve Bank of New York shows that Americans have exceeded $1 trillion in credit card debt. And we're finding that it's many different factors that are definitely playing a role into this. You know, things such as high monthly payments and low amounts going towards their savings. And so as a financial educator, I find this as a great opportunity to work closely with high school students and young adults to teach them good credit habits early, good budgeting techniques. So that way, you know, new borrowers are not finding themselves behind in their finances so early in adult life.
I love that you're taking the time to talk to high school students, because I wish when I was in high school, I was just getting some of that mentorship around finances.
Yes.
So why are young people now more vulnerable to high credit debt than before?
Research is showing that Generation Z is an optimistic bunch. They tend to live more in the moment than worry too much about the future. And this, coupled with easy access to their money and credit online and the digital loan offers at pretty much every checkout, is really putting not only Gen Z but millennials at risk for taking on too much debt. In addition, we know that coming out of the pandemic, there was an increase in popularity for food delivery apps, as well as the digital loan offers that we're seeing, the buy now, pay later. All of this coupled with this generation experiencing historically high inflation rates is lessening the purchasing power, which is causing us to lean more on that debt to cover expenses.
So what's your key credit advice for college-bound students and those new to the workforce?
I have, 3 points of advice for those going back to school or, just starting on their journey. If you are a student, fortunately, a lot of students have the opportunity to receive financial aid. This is a great opportunity to define what your wants and your needs are, so that way you're not over borrowing for your school year. Understand that any loans that you're accepting, there is going to be a repayment period with some sort of interest tacked on top of that. For those entering the workforce for the first time, congratulations. This is a really exciting moment for you. And now that you have steady income and a steady job, this is, again, a great opportunity to set some savings goals for yourself, make a plan for how you'd like to achieve them, and stick to that plan. Consider putting at least 10% of your paycheck towards some type of savings, and this is going to help you set up for unexpected expenses. Oftentimes we go through our days with just making purchases without understanding how that may impact us in the long run. So my third and final tip would be to understand how interest rates work. If you are accepting something, know what the rates are and all of the disclosures that come along with it. Although it may be enticing in the moment, you may have to pay more in the long run. So, if you can't afford to pay it off now, do that, build those good credit habits early. But if you can't, consider putting it off until you feel more comfortable with your budget.
Yeah, and let's talk social media. I mean, young people are constantly exposed to others flexing for the gram, even adults as well. But how does this hurt their spending habits?
Yes, those in mine and younger generations are definitely finding ourselves comparing to others via social media, whether that's peers in our age group online or that's the influx of those influencers that we see all the time. So not only are we seeing things that we want to buy, we're seeing experiences we want to have. We're seeing our peers purchasing homes and starting families. And although it's very exciting for them in their time, it can be discouraging to others who may not feel like they've really arrived there in their financial situation. And so one of my favorite mottos to remember when it comes to social media is really, comparison is the thief of joy. And your financial situation is individual and unique to you. And no one can tell you when you're supposed to achieve any of those financial goals. So if you set a plan and you stick to it, you will achieve anything.
Comparison is the thief of joy. Savannah, that's good. I'm going to remember that for myself, too. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
You bet. And for more information, you can check out safecu.org or call 800-SEE-SAFE.